get to this manga review because I recently read this, right? I finished this in a sitting. Because I'm a fiend, let's be fair. And I really like this series. Boys Abyss. One of my more favorite series so far. Anime, manga, all this it's here. It's here for me. What I wasn't ready for was how messed up this manga got me. This manga, this thick boy, because it's thicker than a lot of manga that I read. It's not as thick as I would say like the Berserk compilations or in the background my Gantz omnibuses, but it's thick and my mind melted a lot with this. Okay, so Boys Abyss, we have Reiji, Nagi, his friend, and every character in here, right? And everyone's messed up or something like that and treats Reiji not the best. We pick up where Reiji kind of just disappeared in volume 1. So apparently his teacher, Miss Shiba, so there is a typhoon. It's coming. Miss Shiba is coming around to, just in case, look around, all this stuff. She's in a call with her mom. Nothing big. Nothing, anything. She finds Reiji's backpack and goes, oh, that's my school's backpack. Okay, cool. Let me look. Reiji and Nagi are at the water about to do the never going to exist mumbo jumbo. Well, she ends up falling, slipping, and Nagi saves her. Nagi then looks at Reiji and goes, another time then. And of course, yes, that's please don't. If you ever need mental help, please find the people. Please talk to somebody, your friends or anything. And if someone tries to save you, do not be mad at them. Please don't. That would be great. So, Miss Shiba, trying to do her best, tells our sweet Reiji, you're getting in the car. You're not going to go forward with your action. You are going to stay here. Okay, cool, love it, great. You're being a good teacher. And she's banged up, right? Well, they go in, she goes take a shower, and he inevitably does, and she is sick. She starts envisioning things and yada yada and is talking to her class. So we're getting a juxtaposition between her as a teacher being in the class and all that stuff, talking with her friends, and then her helping Reiji. Well, she goes in the first few pages, she's going to a class, they're like, what happened? Oh, I fell. Okay, cool, that's honest. Well, she's like, I need to go to the restroom, I need to take a shower myself because it's rained. And then, has the look of somebody who, she has the look when he finally goes to sleep of, creepy. She's creepy. She's very creepy. But of course, Reiji, isn't doing so well after he took a shower and everything. And inevitably, the phone rings. Mom's trying to figure out where he is, and he vomits in the sink. That's a lot of stress, a lot of stuff to deal with. Can't blame him. He asks for help. Please do ask for help. What Miss Shiba is doing, on the other hand, that's not what you do to help people. So she kind of is getting in her head, and she sees Reiji asleep, yada yada. So she goes to work, all this stuff, and is planning to get food and make dinner for Reiji. Good idea, the kid needs food. She made him breakfast, yada yada. But she's a little obsessing over it. And she's in the hallway with the student, and the student's like, I want your opinion on something, and it's taking the morning after pill with her boyfriend. And the teacher's like, don't be boy crazy. Which, you're a teenager, and this is high school. In this book, this is their high school, all that good stuff. It's teenage stuff where protection. Don't be forced into things. Talk with it with your family or your parents, which in Japan, I don't know. In Japan, I'm gonna guess it's a little different. I don't know. In America, it's a talking point at least, and in my family, it wasn't the best because my dad didn't want me to have it. But I'm a teenager. It doesn't stop the actions that follow. But the teacher's like, don't go boy crazy, and so the student's like, well, have you? And the teacher's like, I'm not willing to say, and the student's like, oh my goodness, you have. And in her brain, Miss Shiba is like, no, I've never ever been with a person. And then we get it to go more creepy. Okay, so Reiji's going through stuff and is like, he woke up in the house and he's just chilling. So Shiba comes back in and he's like, welcome home, and she's fiddling with her keys like, should I open it? Rings the doorbell to then get Reiji to open up, and she's excited. You're lonely. You're desperately alone, Miss Shiba. Stop it. Okay, but Reiji's like, I think I'm gonna go home, all this stuff, because Miss Shiba had mentioned that she messaged Mom and was like, hey, the storm happened, I stayed over with a friend, I'll probably stay one more day there. And Mom was like, okay. You don't want to ask questions and figure out what your kid is more? Apparently no. No, wrong questions for me to ask in boys of this. Really wrong. So Shiba comes in here, hears that he wants to go home, and is having a mental breakdown at this point. And is like, you should stay. Let me cook you dinner, yada yada. And then she breaks down and tells Reiji everything that's going on in her head. Every depressive thought. Every uncertainty. Every unhappiness. She mentioned that she couldn't, her friend wanted her to watch the baby that was hers, and she, in the back of her brain, was like, I don't really want to watch your kid. But instead of being honest, because it would be awkward in a small town to be like, I'm going to see you every day, and you're going to be like, why didn't you watch my kid? When in all honesty, if you're an adult, you should easily be like, hey, I can't watch your kid all the time. It's not my kid. You're not my family. You're my friend. And at minimum, just, no, I need time to myself. There's a reason why I don't have kids, or XYZ, But she's really nice, really sweet, and it's not how life works, apparently. Okay, cool. But she's having this mental breakdown, tells him everything and how unhappy she is, and then does the thing that I'm not proud of that made me go, no, no, no. She kisses Reiji, and then they become intimate, and Reiji's like, what about protection? And the teacher's like, well, I can take the morning after pill. This is your student. You're a teacher. You need to take care of him. And they do the thing. Reiji doesn't end the session with things inside. And she's like, why didn't you? And he was like, it doesn't feel comfortable. Reiji, you are some sweet dear. And they, for the rest of the day-ish or night, they continue. Reiji decides to go home to go to school Monday because he doesn't want his teacher to be, in trouble. And then he's like, what should I call you? And she's like, well, we need to keep this a secret, so keep calling me Miss Shiba. But I don't want to stop. And I'm just like, you're a teacher. This is not okay. What's wrong with you? So that made me very cringy the whole time. Everything. And it's very well drawn. Well, then we jump down to Chica, or Chaka, his friend that's female. And she is reading the book from the author that's in the story that is married to Nagi, and is starting to get excited and is doing things to herself in the garage. In the garage. Yeah. And she's getting excited over this, and then her dad calls her to take care of the shop, and she's realized that the only reason she's in the shop is because creepy old men are interested in her and are talking to her more because she's grown. Because she's not a little kid. Creepy. She finds out that her author is in town and sees him at the store buying tea, and she's like, oh my god, yes. Then, of course, there's a weird conversation about her going to Tokyo. Old man's like, oh, she'll find a good Tokyo husband and have lots of kids, and it breaks her a little bit, and she's like, what? I'ma head out. Good luck, Dad. Runs back into the author and is having a discussion with him about she wants to go to college, she wants to be an editor, to be his editor. And he's like, oh, one, I live here. 2, I'm stressing over stuff, so I'm not making the next volume. And 3, gives her a spider lily, which I could be wrong. If I remember right, I heard or read something in a couple articles that they're like a representative of death and stuff, spider lilies, or they're just a really pretty flower. I can be wrong, and I'm okay being wrong. But handing her a weird spider lily that she thinks of them as, well, something horrific, that it's another year that she has to spend in this town and she's not happy with it. Giving her the sign of that and being like, no, take it. It's good. I like this. How about you be my muse? Messes with the girl who's really into you. This is not going well. We also get a page where it's like, don't trust him, don't be around him, and it's Chica being happy. Yep. Reiji calls. She's gonna tell him about the author thing. Ends up not, and is very excited and just ends the call. And he's like, I was about to tell her I was gonna leave too. Nuggets. I feel really bad for this kid. This is not good or anything. I feel really bad. Life, though. So, we now have, like, this has, like, 3 parts to this. I understand why it's so thick. The last part of the manga is Nagi and Gen. And Nagi got fired because she ran off in the hurricane, or the tsunami. Sorry, there's a difference. And she got fired from that job. So, she's walking away, and Gen sees her, and Gen's like, yo, hook up with me. Yo, let's do the tango with 2 backs and all that good stuff. And she's like, not into it. And she's walking away, and Gen is trying to get with her and everything like that. And he's like, I saw you run away with Reiji. Why'd you run away with Reiji? And she's like, what? Are you jealous? Are you concerned? Are you worried? And of course, the last page was the jealousy one. And they make out a little bit. They're in like an empty lot that is overgrown and stuff like that. And Gen's like, what did you do with Reiji? Like, what have you done with Reiji? And he gets the answer of they were going to not exist anymore by jumping. And that is like not okay with Gen. He's like, don't you ever do that again, and don't you ever be around him. She mentions something that makes me wonder what really is Gen. Because to be fair, we see girls hanging out with him and stuff like that, and we see that he wants to do this action, but he doesn't quite. It's very weird. It's very weird. Because then there's a mention of, like, Gen loves Reiji more than I do when Nagi's on the ground with her shirt up and everything. And I'm like, it's a weird pose and stuff, I guess. it's really weird. And she says love, and I'm like, we get a cut back to when Reiji was friends with, or Gen was friends with Reiji when they were really little. And he picks up these, I believe they were dragonflies that were mating, and takes it over and shows Reiji. And then it's like he has blush marks when Reiji's dad, who hasn't been existent in the series so far, pops up. And they were like looking for the bug catcher, and the very messed up part is you see Reiji's mother and she has an eye patch. And it's really messed, like, why do you have an eye patch? What's going on? I can put two and two together that it wasn't a great relationship with Reiji's dad and mom, and Gen is just kind of here enough. But Gen kind of has like blush marks when Reiji's dad's around. Reiji's dad gives him a bag, and he again puts the dragonflies in there, which I'm like, okay. He tells him not to put it too tight and has a cigarette, and he puts it to the bag, and at the end we hear that that's how these dragonflies died. But then we flash back to Gen sitting there with Reiji's mom, and Reiji's mom basically tells him like, hey, there's some stuff, there's Gen's here, he wants to talk to you about some stuff. Okay, cool. Reiji comes out of the bathroom with just a towel on. Reiji, what the snap? So Reiji gets dressed, all this stuff. The mom does a weird thing where her eye that had the eye patch is covered up, and she's like, what's going on? To Gen, and Gen's like, nothing. Okay, interesting, weird, don't know how to feel. They go to a park, Genji's like pinning him down to a fence and is like, why'd you try to not exist? Why'd you do this? What's up? You know, you could always talk to me, there's always something. Did I do this? Was it me? And then he talks about his sins, and then he walks away after telling him about the dragonflies that were buried. Almost seeming like he does really love Renji. Or Reiji. And instead of saying them in a positive light or being open about who you are, he doesn't. He doesn't say it. And just walks away, which, to be fair, I know in a lot of different cultures that being of somebody who isn't straight is not looked well upon in other countries. I know in America, where I live, LGBTQ is very talked about, widely open, June's a thing, we all, experience it differently. I'm bi. That's how life is. But I believe in other countries it's not as talked about and accepting. So maybe that's what it is in Japan, maybe? I don't know. It's really weird to think about. And it's weird that Gen just walked away. And Reiji's like, I don't understand what's going on. And again, that's how the book ends. I read this, and I don't know how much I want to reread this one. Volume 1 was really cool. Volume 2 made me go, why? Why? I'm glad that Renji was trying to get help from somebody else, but it seems misguided and not good. No, it's not good. It's not good. It's not great. Okay? A teacher should be helping their student, not doing what she did. And a person who really cares for them, like a friend, should be really worried. Why aren't you talking to me? What's going on? And the mom should try and figure out context clues on what's going on. And, I know that grandma is going to some of their care for a little bit, and Reiji got his brother chicken because he really wanted that. And so Reiji and his mom can have curry, and that's cool. But, you would be more concerned about your son. Anybody in the story should be more concerned about Renji. Or Reiji. But Nobody is. This kid is just being thrown around, pulled around, and it's horrifying. Nobody is the help that he needs. And this kid is going through some real stuff, and I'm here. So, if you like this manga, definitely like this video. Tell me in the comments if you're reading this, if this is something you're into. I am, and oh boy. And don't forget to subscribe to the big red button, woohoo! For more anime, manga, something new, something old, something different in the future. And my social medias, my Twitter and Facebook are down there at the bottom. I hope that you've been having a better day than I have. Oh, the manga. Wolfy-Chan out. Bye.